This episode of Beers and Brawls is proudly brought to you by Shifty Lizard Brewing Co. Amazing little brewery down in Wollonga, serving up awesome ice cold beers on tap. They also have a kitchen that has amazing burgers and chicken wings. If you can't get down to Wollonga, they have another venue in the Adelaide CBD called harddaysnigh, where they have all their beers on tap, plus they've paired up with a few other food trucks there. So if you're looking for something to do on your next weekend free, get down to Wollonga or Hard Days Night, make a day of it, try all their beers, try their food, you'll love it, I love it, it's one of my favourite places. So, cheers. That's a good drop. Welcome to Beers and Brawls, show where my guests and I drink beer and talk all things wrestling. Welcome to Beers and Brawls. I'm your host Jared, and just a big shout out to our sponsor Shifty Lizard, keeping us hydrated throughout this episode. Got a big episode as always, a fast up and coming rookie who's climbing the ranks here in Adelaide. You've seen him at RCW, he's been part of the New Japan tours, he's been over in Perth a little bit, but most of all, you've seen him at RCW. He is the current Emerald Crown Holder, Vincent or as you know him, Vinny. Vinny!
What's going on, man?
Welcome to the show, mate.
Thanks for having me, man. Very happy to be here.
No, thank you, mate. I really appreciate you giving up your night to come join us. It's great to have a champion in the mix. You're in a select group. We haven't had many champions or current champions on the show, so I'm really happy that you've come and joined us. But how's everything going, man? How's the body feeling? Yeah,
not bad, man. It's one of those things. I feel like you're never really feeling great, but you're constantly just getting at it, and eventually your body sort of gets used to the punishment you're taking. But early mornings and all that stuff, just with the cold weather too.
Oh, it's freezing here at the moment, definitely. Cold night here in Adelaide, but like I said in the intro, man, you are one of the fastest up and comers we've had in a while. How's that feeling being an Emerald Crown holder or a champion of such a big company already when you're only a few years in?
It's unlike anything I've ever experienced, because growing up wanting to become a wrestler, you're dreaming of moments like that, and when I started, it looked so far away. You would know from when you started as well. It just it looks so far away. And then, one thing led to another. I ended up going against Brady and Snacks and got a bit lucky. But
hey, no, it was huge, man. I was there in the crowd. It was a wicked night. Pop me, as the boys would say. It was a very, very great moment. A very special moment for yourself, and something you should be very proud of, man.
Thank you.
We will get into more of your earlier career soon, but for only a couple of years in, it's a great achievement.
Yeah, man. Very proud, very blessed. So it's really good. It's really cool.
Awesome, man. And got RCW event coming up as we're recording this tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. It is myself, Zach Sabbath and Snacks versus new tag team champions, Thorn Enterprises.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Are the titles on the line? Or is it six-man?
Six-man. Yeah. So, but Bob is on a career resurgence at the moment, and
yes, Bob. We know about Bob. He was on here not long ago. He's yes. What a man.
He's on a career resurgence, and the kid's doing really well. So it's going to be good. I'm really excited. So it should be really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this episode probably won't be out in time, but obviously, guys, get to the RCW shows, as we always say. See the young stars in action, especially tomorrow nights. If you see them in the future, Mean Street Mayhem shows. They are based around the rookies, the up-and-comers. So you'll see some new faces, see some guys that you don't see too often. So it's a perfect opportunity to see the next stars in Riot City. So that's awesome, man. Best of luck for tomorrow night. But we're only just starting, so let's get into our rapid fire questions.
Ooh.
How's that sound?
Yeah, good, man. Let's do it.
Now, I'm going to do something different for the viewers at home. I've scrapped the timer because look, everyone goes over the timer. But if Vinny or any other guests need a bit of hurrying up, I can just give them a little punch in the leg. But no, we'll scrap that timer so we don't need to set that up. So we can just get into the questions.
Let's do it.
Question number 1. Who are you? What are you all about? What is Vinny all about?
Oh, jeez. You know, I think the big thing that sort of set me apart when coming up, you know, was, you know, my fire, my heart. You know, I want this more than anybody else. So it's one of those things that coming up and you're training and you're getting into the thick of it, you know, you have a lot of people telling you no, you have a lot of people telling you can't do things, guys like the old guard telling you that you can't do things. And I think what set me apart was being able to stand up to them. So, you know, from humble beginnings to standing up to the old guard pretty quickly, but it's one of those things, like, I typically find myself, Boomer calls me a right fighter, fighting for what's right. So, you know, that's sort of my personality, that's sort of who I am. So yeah, obviously young and yeah, just really hungry and wanting to keep the Emerald Crown.
Nice, I love it. When did you start wrestling?
So started training in, I want to say it was February of 2021. So, and it's been real like hit and miss since then, because I started and then I got sick for about 2 months and stopped, and everyone thought I quit and everyone thought I wasn't coming back. And I was like, no, I was texting people like, no, I'm coming back. I'm telling you, I'm coming back. And then, yeah, and I think my debut was October 2022.
Yeah.
It was in Tumby.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There was, COVID was in there somewhere. Was COVID in there or was that after COVID?
It was like right after. Then they did a little lockdown again, because I remember trainings being over the phone. Yeah. So yeah, you had that impact as well, getting sick and then COVID. Yeah.
So, nah, all good. Who's your favourite wrestler and why, if you can narrow it down to 1 or 2?
Oh, jeez, that's actually a good one. In terms of, I think, you know, when I was growing up, I think everyone was sort of like a fan of like Jeff Hardy and stuff when growing up. For me, I was a huge Jeff Hardy fan. In terms of now, and I was also a big Dean Ambrose fan growing up, which might be weird to you growing up, but yeah, big Dean Ambrose fan growing up when he was in WWE. I still really enjoy his stuff now. Yeah. But probably now in terms of watching, I love Kurt Angle's stuff. Absolutely love it. I had just sort of missed him when I started watching in the WWE. So watching all his stuff, I just love his intensity and his fire. So really enjoy it. Yeah.
Nice, awesome answers, dude. Favourite match of yours?
Of my own, or?
Yes, of your own.
Oh.
Well, that's what yours means, mate.
That's right, yeah. Probably winning the Emerald Crown. Yeah.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, well, like, I've been very fortunate to, like, be put in, you know, a position, obviously, like I said, challenging guys like the old guard and standing up for what's right. So, like, being able to wrestle Chris Basso, even being able to wrestle someone like Boomer. But in terms of, you know, because of how special that night was, you know, the triple threat for the Emerald Crown.
Absolutely. Check that out on YouTube, guys, on the Right City YouTube. Your dream opponent in Australian wrestling at the moment?
Ooh. If I had to choose, like, I feel like in terms of Australian wrestling and being someone who's still so new like me, I'm almost like boxed in, I feel like, because I'm not really...
No, you can choose anyone you want, man. Anyone on your dream list. There's no limitations to skill, experience, years.
I'd really like to wrestle Slater one day.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
He's just so good.
Yeah.
It'd be such a good test. Or, you know, I've never had Hayter one-on-one or anything like that, so...
Where's the shot bottle?
It was shot bottom.
The rule, mate. I've lost. The rule's been blown out in the first episode. You mentioned that name. But no, that'd be awesome to see that, man. 1-on-1 with Hayter and 1-on-1 with Slater. So they're both fans of the show, so I'm sure we'll be able to set that up. Wrestler in Australian wrestling, you would challenge to a drinking competition. Even though you're not drinking tonight, you got a big match tomorrow.
Big match tomorrow.
Respect that.
I'm on my water. Probably because I know I could drink him under the table at Snacks. Snacks.
Alright, Snacks, you've heard that. You can come on here and answer the call. Your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Oh. You know what? It's funny. It was like my debut. And it wasn't even like the match hadn't even started yet. It was actually entering because if you remember the Cummins show, obviously with it being outside and stuff, it was like I was right about to hop up onto the ring, onto the apron, and like it was like a bit muddy out there, and I just slipped and almost went down, and that would have been terrible because I had my white kick pads, my white knee pads. And I was like, I hope no one saw that. Already nervous enough, like, oh man, I was like, I hope no one saw that. And then I'm trying to get up on the ring, and I've got so much dirt on my boot, and I'm like trying to wipe my foot. Like, no, I can't have this get in the ring. It was pretty embarrassing.
Nice. What are your wrestling goals at the moment?
To defend the Emerald Crown, and give my best hand at it. I want to be a fighting champion. I want to do, really, I'd love to be able to take it places as well and like wrestle interstate or maybe wrestle for New Japan Tamashi with it. But ultimately, as a big goal in wrestling, I just want to get better, and I just want to, improve as much as I can and get my name out there as much as I can, and go interstate. Maybe do one of Slater's weeks at EPW. I just want to keep getting better. I was fortunate enough to have done the dojo, the Fale Dojo, and it was a great experience, and can check that off. Just want to keep improving and just get my name out there, network, meet new people.
Nice, I love it. We'll get into the dojo later, but match type that you would never want to compete in?
Ooh. We watched a couple death matches one time, and at the time I wasn't an active member of the roster, and I was like, yeah, that would be wild. I was like, yeah, that would absolutely be wild to do. I was so set on like, one day I reckon I'd do a death match. Now, not so much. Not so much. I took a chair shot from Brady once and it ruined me. I was like, maybe not.
That's the most common answer. Flip side, what's a match type that you would love to do that you haven't? TLC?
Yeah.
You know there's weapons in there,
right? I know there's weapons, but it's not light tubes and all that stuff.
True.
TLC, like, I obviously grew up watching it.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate to have done a ladder match.
You've been in a few ladder matches,
yeah, twice now. Which I really enjoyed actually. I really enjoyed doing the ladder matches. And yeah, so the chair shot sucked, but I've never really done much with tables either. So yeah, I'd love that chance.
Nice, I love it. They don't get done much these days. So just a standard TLC match. So that's awesome, man. I know you're only new, but you've been watching it for a long time. What do you think wrestling is missing today?
Yeah, I really feel like it's not my place to say it, but
you can say what you want, mate. This is the land of beers and brawls. Dreams come true here.
The chaos.
It'll set the pigeon the cat amongst the pigeons, mate.
Nah, look, it's actually a really tough question. Obviously, times have changed so much with wrestling, and styles have changed, and yeah, man, that's actually a really tough question. I don't necessarily know the answer,
It's alright.
but
If something pops in your head later, man, just throw it out there.
Done.
So that's the end of our 10 questions, but I'm going to throw out a bonus question, as I always do. Your main promotion, obviously, is Riot City.
Yes. Sir.
Excluding yourself, who are your top 3 in Riot City, in your opinion? So your favourites, your top 3, however you want to word it.
In terms of how good they are, and this is in no particular order, in terms of just how good they are, like, and 2 of them, like, how tough they are to beat, it's like being in there with Brady, like Dean Brady. He's just so strong. He's just so, like, he's got everything. He's got the speed. He's got the power. You would know.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I'm just Jared.
He's just so good. And he's just so tough to be in there with. I think in terms of, and my opinion is, he's quite underrated in the Australian scene. I don't know if it's because maybe he doesn't go interstate and stuff necessarily anymore, but Boomer,
nice.
he's so good, and like having the match with him after coming back from the dojo was something I took as a real test for myself, because he'll hit you and he'll hit you hard, but yeah, he's just really good. There's places where you don't even know how you've ended up where you are, but he's just snapped you there. He's got you there. Yeah, really good. And of course, I know you're gonna hate it, but yeah, Hayter in terms of just his talent in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up with him as someone who you look up to when you start. So yeah, I'd say those are my top 3. Obviously Delta's amazing as well. There's so many, like... Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of great talent in RCW, and it's hard to pick, just 3, but I think those 3 are a very good answer, man. 2 of them being guests on the show. One of them just keeps dodging my calls. I wonder why, but awesome answers, dude. I appreciate you going through all them. Really, really good answers, and obviously the goal of just trying to get better and improve yourself, get your name out there, is what all wrestlers should be doing, and you're taking the great steps, man. I should have mentioned in the intro that you did go over to New Zealand, to the Fale Dojo. You got yourself the nickname Young General.
Yeah, man.
We will go into that more later on, but you have already started to venture around the world. You were in Perth for a bit, wrestling as well, doing some stuff over there. So things are happening, man. Things are moving, so it's really good to see. And hopefully you can get that TLC match one day. Maybe a big red guy will take you on for that one.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. So thank you for them. I'm going to get the pictures ready.
Yep.
And we're going to look at some pictures of your career.
Done, man. Done.
Alright, Vinny. Photos are fired up. Are you fired up? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Get fired up on this cold night. So we'll start with photo number 1.
Alright. So.
Look at that, man.
I know. Young stud. So that was so my debut was the day before that at the Cummins show. This was Tumby Mania.
Yep.
It was a tag match that I was in, and it was it's just one of those. It was one of the best days of my life. I just remember being because there were so many people in the crowd, being like so nervous and scared, but I had a ball. It was really good fun.
What a way to debut on tour in a parking lot of a pub. Yeah. In the country. What a debut, man.
Yeah, man.
Your chest is looking a bit ready, a bit sunburnt there, or?
Nah, took some chops, took some stomps.
Who did you wrestle in that one?
Kai Thorne and Cliff.
Ah, yeah. And who are you teaming with?
Jesse Hendy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I think it was Jesse Hendy, that one. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. You've transformed.
Yeah,
Got rid of
man.
the white gear.
Yeah, man. So this match specifically, I reckon it was against Nick Armstrong, if I recall.
Ooh.
He low blowed me at the end. So I got the win, but not in the way that I would have liked. Yeah, this was actually a really good opportunity and sort of the start of the beef with Old Guard.
Oh yeah, because Nick was in the Old Guard at the time.
Nick was in the Old Guard at the time, and he had put out sort of a challenge, and I figured, you know.
Was this your first one back here in Adelaide, or was this?
No, I had done a match. So we did Tumby in October, and then I want to say the Rumble was November.
Okay.
And then December I was in a Seasons Beatings tag match, Team Sabbath versus Team Havoc.
Okay, right, yeah.
And that was December 22. Nick would have been early 23, but I just can't remember exactly when. I don't think it was January. I think it would have been February.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a good one. Like I said, great to win against Nick Armstrong. Not great to win by
that's true.
getting
Not many
low
people
blow.
can get a win. So they beat him. So, but yeah, low blow is not a good way to go out.
Yeah.
That.
So yes, this was my match against Chris Basso. That's actually the first time I ever hit the Xplex. So
Nice.
yeah. So I hit it in that match. He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Yeah.
You know, that was another one after the match with Nick and the low blow, and then if I recall, Old Guard had come out afterwards, and they had put a beating on Havoc, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Yeah.
And then so obviously didn't sit right with me, and I wanted a piece of Chris as well. So it was something.
Well, you've taken it to some big dogs in your first handful of matches.
Yeah.
Nick and Chris.
Yeah. Man.
So you've come after the big targets. That's good, man.
Yeah. So.
There you go. Got him in a headlock.
Got him in a headlock. Look at him. So he was tough, man. Like, I remember his chops, and he slapped me across the face right at the start, and just the taste out of my mouth, and I was just like, my God, what have I gotten myself into? But it was wild, and it was my last match in Australia before I went to the dojo. Nice. So didn't get the win. He beat me.
It's alright. You've
folded me.
I think that's why you're in a position you are, man. You've earned some respect on the Ray, and you've taken it to the big dogs straight out the bat. So, and here he is over in New Zealand.
Yeah, man. This is probably the first sort of. This would have been my first match in New Zealand where the young general was sort of brewing. Nice. So, man, I can't talk about the experience over there enough. It was unbelievable. Being able to go over there with Richter, Ronan Richter from ACW, both having the opportunity to go over there and just, man, 13 weeks of just hard training.
That's like training every day, yeah? Or?
It was Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday was our 1 day of recovery. But that Monday to Saturday was just chaos. I remember like the Saturdays they called recreational sessions.
Okay.
And some weeks it was, just make sure you go for a walk or something. Or go to the rec centre and play basketball and then do some recovery in the saunas and stuff. And then some weeks it was, they had this place, we've got a place in Adelaide, One Tree Hill, but this was like a literal massive hill. And when you would get around the top, it was just this path that went in circles, and you would just run. And we just ran for like half hour or something like that. Uphill real steep, then downhill, and then uphill real steep. And it was horrible. But, it kind of shaped me in a way that I never thought possible. But this match here was a tag match. It was myself and Richter, the Adelaide boys, versus Brent Townsend, I think, and Brent Townsend and Pedro Ramirez.
Yeah.
They're Sydney boys, so
Okay.
yeah. So that was a nice little Aussie tag match.
Nice.
Yeah,
Where's your kick pads and knee pads, man?
mate, they strip you of all of it. Was lucky to wear shorts. Nah. Yeah, it was such a different experience, but you know, forever grateful for it.
What made the decision? What was your what sort of led you to making the decision to go over there and have a go at that?
So when they had offered it to me, obviously the first thing you're thinking is, what is this all about? What's this going to look like? So you start going through the Instagram, and then you start seeing like all the stuff that they're doing, and you're like, oh no, like, could I do that? You know? But you look at the opportunity, and you know, it's not just the Fale Dojo. That is known as the New Japan New Zealand dojo.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's massive. It's honestly massive, and it's such a big opportunity. So, you know, for me, so early in my career, you know, that's part of my rookie year. Part of my rookie year was being able to go over there and do what I did. And yeah, man, once I thought it over, it was like there was no turning back.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, man.
Love it. That's awesome, man. There's the boys.
Yeah, that's the Adelaide boys. Didn't come out on top. Red in the chest again, as always. But yeah, man, it was real cool teaming with Richter as well. Had a lot of fun.
Red on the knees.
Yeah, man.
Screw that.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be brutal.
Yeah, man. And that's a boxing ring as well. So it's not, yeah, but really wild. Like had a lot of fun and learnt so much.
Good, man. That's what it's all about, man. Experiences, learning.
Yeah. That's also from the same match. I look like I could kill someone with that look in my eyes, but
you also look like you shit yourself as well.
Pedro's a big man. Pedro is a big man. He's taller than me. Shredded. He's so good though. And you know, got a lot of love for him, a lot of respect for him. For everyone that I did the dojo with, just because, and like Tony's son and Fale's son really emphasised it while we were there. It's like, you're living together. You're going through the same shit together. You're going through it all together. So you build that brotherhood, you know?
Yeah.
So while you're in there against each other, it's one thing, but you're hitting hard because you want to hit each other hard, you know? And it was great. I do look like I'm scared, but we got into the thick of it.
You're looking strong. Looking strong.
Yes, that's my second match at the dojo. That was the night before I left. The very next day, I was on a flight home back to Adelaide. Yep. I was up 4:30 in the morning the next day to get to the airport. My opponent, Lewis, great man from the UK.
Nice.
Very good technical wrestler.
Yeah.
Very, very good technical wrestler. He's so talented. He's so good. And, you know, to be afforded the opportunity and to have been, you know, for Fale's son to, because with these dojo shows that we were doing at the time, it was very much our senior senpai, the guys that were in the intake before us, or even before that one, the senior senpai would typically get the singles matches and you know the more marquee matches.
Yeah.
But for Louis and I to get the opportunity to have a singles match, you know, really appreciated that. And yeah, man, it's crazy because this time last year, like, what is it, the 21st of June, I was over there.
Yeah.
And how quickly it's gone past now, you know. But it's an experience I'll never forget. And yeah, being able to get in there with Lewis, he's got something on his knee there. He had torn, I think it was his meniscus, while we were over there. Shit. And he just fought through it. He's a beast. Yeah, man.
Nice. Here he is, he's back.
Here he is. This is when the young general arrived at Riot City.
Green on lights.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so the green, obviously Riot City colours. I felt like I was home, so I wanted to represent home, you know. Yeah, so when I was over at the dojo, we were in training one day, and Tony-san threw out this comment when I was in the ring, and he's like, "Look at the general. Look at what the general's doing in there." And it was like, I got out the ring and I was like, who was he calling the general? And one of the boys goes, "You." And I was like, nah. Didn't happen. And then he was showing us something at training, and then he goes, "General, get in here," and he pointed at me, and I was like, oh, he was talking about me. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I just never really said anything. I was just like, you know, I don't want to jinx anything, and I don't really want to like mention it. If he's calling me the general, it's, you know, it's what it is. But I always wondered why he called me the general, because there were so many talented people there. And then Fale-san came over, and that sort of, you know, we had a little talk, and him being the rogue general of Bullet Club and, you know, the rogue army and things like that, we kind of had a talk before I came home, and he donned me the young general. So really awesome. He's someone I've got a great relationship with still. Got a lot of time for him, and so to be called the young general was really special. And then to come home straight into the thick of it against Cliff and Bob, as we said, Bob on a career resurgence now, but to have that triple threat against Mr. Cliff and Bob, and being the young general and being back was really cool.
Nice. You got yourself a little Vinny shirt as well.
Yeah, man. I needed something. I couldn't wear the Academy t-shirt anymore, you know. But so
nice, man. Love it.
That was the outcome of my first match back.
Look at that.
I was in way better shape then.
I was gonna say, looking pretty good.
Yeah, I was looking good at the time. So first match back. You know, it was tough. Bob and Cliff ganging up on me. You know, but then we pulled through with the win, hit the X-Plex on Cliff, and was able to get the win, and that was very special to me as well.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Good return. Excellent. Oh, hey, here we go.
Boomer. This one was something. I just remember, you know, he was having his problems with the old guard at the time, and I just remember I ran into him backstage and wanted to offer a hand to him, and he wasn't having any of it. He was a bit pissed off, and we ended up in this. Basically, and I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And man, like I said earlier, like, he is unbelievably good, and he hits you very, very hard. He beat the hell out of me that match, and I remember, like, my mum was sitting in the crowd, terrified, absolutely terrified. But this match was really important to me as well, because, you know, even when you're just watching Boomer, you can see how hard he hits. You can see how good he is. And, you know, I've got a lot of respect for him, and I thought this was going to be like the first big test coming back from the dojo. And that's no disrespect to Cliff and Bob, but
it's a whole new level when you got a Boomer.
It was just a completely different proposition, you know. And I was like, this is what all my hard work, you know, has led to. Now, you know, I need to prove I am tough, and I need to prove that, you know, the dojo did toughen me up, and you know, and he beat the hell out of me, man. Like, you know, I couldn't smile properly for a week, 2 weeks after that. And my leg was real bad.
I don't think we got the handshake. I was going to say, we don't have a picture of him kneeing you in the face.
No, there is footage of that, but he got me real good. But as you can see, I'm holding my leg there. The kicks hurt, and he got my leg real good. But man, to get his handshake at the end of it was, you know, super, super important to me. And, you know, the big thing for me was I didn't want to give up, and then my body sort of gave up and passed out. And honestly, I only sort of remember this just because of the photo, you know. But yeah, it was all worth it for that handshake ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good sign of respect.
Yeah, he had me in the knee bar there.
Yeah, you're looking in a bad way.
Yeah, man, got the veins popping out of my neck. That's when you know. I was yeah. Yeah, he had me good, but yeah, man.
I don't know what's going on here.
That's the snacks handle. I don't know what happened. He lost one of his arms there, but the snacks handle just. This was so. Snacks had just come back from the UK. So while he was away in the UK, I went over to the dojo, and then it kind of coincided well with each other. So I had come back from the dojo, and then 2 months later he had come back from the UK.
Yeah.
He did some cool stuff over there. So RCW management, if I recall, said they wanted to put a big emphasis on the younger guys, and having Snacks come back and having myself come back. I think they saw that opportunity, and we were obviously very hungry for it. And Snacks and I go way back. We came into Riot together.
Yeah.
We had our tryout together. So it was a real cool opportunity for both of us. But once you're in there, of course, it's business, and a number one contendership for the Emerald Crown. You know what I mean? Like, not to say it gets between the two of us, but it's something that is important to the both of us.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
that there, he's hitting the Snacks handle on me. Like I said, he lost one of his arms a little bit there, but yeah, still connected, still got me. As you can see, I'm halfway down, and the top of my head is killing me by this point. The top of my head is killing me by this point.
Oh, shit. There's the boys.
And there we are. Now, this was... We both posted this one. This one's a wild photo. I love it. But, yeah, we got the chance to tag with each other.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, man, it was actually really cool. It was something very special to the both of us. So to be able to tag, obviously we have the same goal. We're both hungry. We're both coming up, and but we're always going to sort of look out for each other too.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was cool. We loved that photo when we took it. We were like, yeah, that's the photo right there. Yeah, and we felt like we really cooked in that match and did a good job.
You young hip kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So this match, I'm trying.
Did you beat him? The Snacks on?
Yeah. So this is basically the number one contenders match. Beating Snacks, tough match, and Snacks, we had said it, I want the best of Snacks now. He's come back from overseas, I've come back from overseas, I want the best of Snacks, so, and he brought it, and it was really competitive. Obviously, like I said, we're both hungry. He's super athletic, he's so good. So he's so much quicker than me. So like it was a bit of keeping up, but yeah, man, it was a tough match, but got the win, and that's me very happy knowing I'm number one contender.
And look where it's led.
Yeah, baby. Yep. So yeah, man. So this one, I reckon that was going out to the match with Snacks, perhaps.
Yeah.
I always get lost because normally I change up like the gear and the colours and stuff, but yeah, that one there, I'm in my red. I think that was before my match with Snacks, but
yeah, that's alright. The timeline might be a little bit out, and
yeah,
there's a few photos in the same match, but
this one, the boys.
Look at that.
The boys. Those are my boys there. They're, oh man, big big supporters of mine. They've known my love for wrestling for so many years. This was when I had the chance to face Brady at Goodwood for the crown. Unsuccessful, but you know, it was an experience I'll never forget, and it just made me that little bit more hungry. You know, it just made me want it more, and to feel that energy. You know, I know some of them, you know, are like my best friends, but to have the crowd and feel that energy was just in such an important match. Was unlike anything, but that's all the boys there.
If if any of you guys have been to an RCW show or watch them on YouTube, especially the Fringe one, you will hear these boys, and they get into it, and it's great to have them, and great to have them involved in the matches. Yeah, man. They love wrestling, so it's great. That's good, man. Really good. That's what we want. We want people there having a great time, enjoying themselves. Yeah, man. I don't think Dean's enjoying himself in this one. No. This one, so you wouldn't normally see me pull something like this. But, you know, El Desperado, I was a bit desperate. It was, like I said earlier about him, he's got it all. Yeah. And you're surviving almost when you're in there with him, and this was a moment of me trying to survive and get that win. I don't even know where it came from. I really don't. Like, it happened, and it happened. I got no idea where it came from. Desperation, it can do many things. Bit of adrenaline. But man, very close. But sick photo though. Yeah. Good work. That's look, it's a cool photo. That's mainly why I got it, and it's pretty funny. He launched me, and I remember the first one just feeling, as soon as he picked me up so effortlessly, I was just like, oh no. I was like, oh no. And you're trying to get out, but if he's picking you up so effortlessly like that, rest assured he's not letting go of you that easily. He's sending you. But man, it's actually a wild photo, just mid-air like that, but it didn't feel very great. Oh shit, good photo. Oh, there's another mid-air. Another mid-air one, Jesus. And I swear, I thought I died on this one. I went over, and then next thing I know, I nearly scorpion myself, and I just remember hitting the ground and being like, alright, I'm good, alright, and just straight back up. You can feel the energy of the crowd, and you're like, alright, here we are, we're alive now. Man, like, once again, desperation, you know, when he's beating you up, and he's not letting up, and then you get that one window of just opportunity. And you know, I remember, like, as soon as the ref was like trying to get him away, and comes in, it was the one piece of space that I actually had from him, and then I'm able to get him over with the clothesline, and it was like, all right, here we go, I got to get him while he's out there. So man, it was. I don't normally do it, but right. Big match, gotta whip out the big moves, man. Terrified, but good work. It's a cool photo. Yeah, man. So that's from the same match there at Goodwood, but you know, that's as soon as I've come out there, you know, you've got the smoke behind me. Once that smoke clears and you see the crowd and you see the boys that we saw before going crazy for you, it's, you know, it's unlike any feeling in the world. And look at the bicep on him. I know, actually, I actually surprised myself too there. Jeez, look at the arm on him. I'll never see that again. It was just, it was that big fight feel for me, because I've never been in that situation before. And you almost feel like, you know, it's survival. You know, you're getting in there. You're not even in the ring yet, but you know, once Dean Brady's walking down, it's like, okay, here we are. You got to switch on, because if you're not on from the first minute, you're done. You know, so it was pure survival and pure adrenaline. Nice, that's a cool photo. Oof.
Fringe.
Yeah.
Fringe.
Cutthroat.
Cutthroat. So, tag team match. Snacks and I got the call up. Obviously, you know, the very next week we're gunning for the Emerald Crown.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's the one thing we have in common, which is our beef with the old guard. And, you know, obviously we're going to compete, and we both wanted the crown, but, you know, you got to come together at the end of the day as well. And Cutthroat is another one where he's just like ridiculously strong, and he picks you up, and I'm just so lucky I caught him off balance to be able to get him there for the reverse DDT. But yeah, man, like that's another one. Anytime you're in there with old guard, it's not easy, and you're gonna get hit, and much like we did get hit at the end of this by a steel chair. And yeah, man, like it was good though. It was a good opportunity to get at the old guard one more time before the Emerald Crown match.
Was this your first Fringe experience?
No, so the year before, so the last year, that would have been February. We had Fringe, and I was in the Key to the City ladder match.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which was wild. It was chaos, and it hurt, and it sucked, but I don't know what it is. I enjoyed every minute of it. I don't know what it is, but...
How do you find a Fringe event compared to, say, the Goodwood or the RCW Academy? You know, how does a Fringe compare to those sort of things?
I think, like, especially with the night shows, like, we call it Fringe Mania for a reason, but everyone is so amped. One, you know, everyone's so amped to watch Riot City. So as soon as you get out there, you feel that energy, and it's just like unlike anything that we do. I think honestly, you know, we've had the opportunity to do Tumby with like 400 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
But Fringe is just, you know, it's not even just like the shows themselves. It's the lead up. It's everything that sort of goes into making it happen, and you know, getting. Because, like, how do you put it? It's like it's so big, Fringe as a whole in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Where, you know, people are walking past and they're like, Riot City Wrestling, you know? They're like, everyone knows what wrestling is.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't, it's like, find out. Because it's unlike anything. And I have so many people who have never watched what we do, like, ever before. And then, like, I had friends who came to the Key to the City ladder match, and then you make fans out of them because it's the best live entertainment. There's nothing like it. And yeah, those Fringe shows are just such a good platform for it, and it's just unbelievable.
Nice. Perfect, man. Anyone who missed out, make sure you get to the ones next year and get around it.
Yeah.
Look at that team.
Yeah. Yeah, Champ, Snacks and Vinny. So after that tag match with Old Guard, we got hit a few times with a steel chair from Dean Brady. You know, I remember all I'm thinking to myself is, it's not going to save you next week with the Emerald Crown. But Nick came out, helped us out, you know, after what the Old Guard did to him.
Yeah.
You know, my respect for Nick has grown immensely from when I first started.
First punch in the
Yeah. From when he first got me with that low blow. But, you know, people change. It happens. It's one of those things. But yeah, you know, you can see Brady frustrated in the background. It's just...
That's a pretty good team. You'd have that in your book any day.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. Look at the confidence on him.
Yeah, man, I was feeling it there. That was the tag. So we did 2 tags at Fringe, Snacks and I. We did against Kings of Ruin, Boomer and Havoc.
Yeah.
And we did the Old Guard. I don't know which one this was from, but I just remember, especially like with the first Fringe show, you don't know what to expect. I know you've done it the year before, but then like you go back and you're like, all right, here we are. and you get out there and you feel the energy of the crowd, and you know,
yeah.
how can you not get that rush of adrenaline and that little rush of confidence of like, all right, let's do it.
Definitely, and a different element this year with the night shows compared to previous years where they've been day shows. So you're walking into something unknown in terms of time slot. So are people going to be there at 11 o'clock at night? What's going on? How's the crowd going to be after a long day of partying or eating or whatever they're doing? So
yeah, man.
To get those crowds and get those reactions, man, you can definitely see you feeling it, and it's what an experience that is.
Yeah, man. Exactly right.
Those are two young balls going at it.
Yeah. So, triple threat for the Emerald Crown. Thought I had it won. Snacks intervenes, as he always does. Love you, baby. Intervenes, and yeah, man. When you want it so badly, and you can see it in his eyes, he wants it just as bad, but you know, it's when you start going guns blazing on each other, and that was that moment. It was like, okay, forget about Brady for a minute. I want this Emerald Crown, and I will pin you if I have to get it. You know, so yeah. And by that stage, man, like, we had put each other through it in that triple threat, so it was good.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get that prize.
Yeah, yeah. This.
You know why I got this one.
Yeah. How do you even explain a photo like that?
Well, do your best.
Yeah. Snacks and I, basically, we were Brady was sort of out of the picture, or so we thought. And we were jockeying for position a little bit and trying to get at each other, and next thing I know, I'm flying up in the air and I'm not going anywhere but up and down. Snacks, you can see Snacks' foot is under me. I don't know who I landed on, what I landed on. I just remember dropping almost on the top of my head, and just, yeah, man, it was. But how do you explain that? You know, it's a fall from grace.
It's an unusual photo.
Yeah, it's a fall from grace, but I love it because it just shows the chaos that was the triple threat, and just, you know, how badly we all wanted it in such a weird way.
So if you want to know how that happened, guys, RCW YouTube, check out the Fringe show, and you'll see that in action, and then you'll be able to come back and look at that photo and go, okay, I see what's happened here. Oh yeah. Rude, geez.
Yeah. You wouldn't normally see it from me, would you? But once again, I feel like
good young man.
I feel like it's a bit of a pattern here, a bit of desperation, a bit of, you know. I just remember 1 minute. Snacks and I going at it. Next minute, Brady standing over the top of me, and it was just what. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, if I recall, got dropped on my head by Snacks. You don't remember much until you're looking up at the lights, and then you see this big shadow, and you're like, what on earth? And it's him. And yeah, man, just barking at me, just crazy, and not having it. Big slap in the face, middle fingers, let him know how I feel.
Did you slap him?
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why he looks so angry. He's just like, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's barking at me, and I was like, nah, not now.
Nah, screw you, mate. You gotta stick it to him, fucking. And then you smashed him. Look at that.
Yeah, so that was a little bit early. That was right before Snacks got involved there, where I genuinely thought I had it won with the Xplex. I was like, here we are. I'm there. I'm like, all right, we've got him. We've got him here. And Snacks got involved there. But yeah, man, like, what more can you really say? To even get him in a position like that where he's so compromised was just, you know, crazy in itself. But yeah, man.
Nice. And there it is. The winner.
Yeah, man. The greatest night for me as a wrestler. probably in my life, to be honest. It was just unbelievable. The energy from the crowd.
Well, the roof nearly blew off, mate, with the reaction. I think I flew out of my chair at one stage.
It was just like, you know, I don't think, because when you see someone like Brady who's champion, I don't think, you know, everyone wants someone to beat him, but I feel like no one ever really thinks that that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And to have been, you know, I genuinely thought he got me up for that F5, and I was like, oh, I'm done for. And I was lucky to roll him through, and yeah, man, like, it's just one of those moments. Time stood still. It's just unbelievable. I just remember looking up after, and you know, the referee hands me the championship, and I'm just like, wow, like, what is happening? What is my life right now? You know, like, what is happening? And
amazing, that.
Yeah, man, you fall in love with it straight away as well. Especially when, I think maybe because it's my first, but just fell in love with it straight away.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, it means a lot, dude. It's a great accomplishment, and like I said earlier, something you should be very, very proud of. You know, people shouldn't take belts lightly, or championships, or whatever people want to call them. It's a great honour to hold those things, man. So you should be very proud of yourself, and you can see it right there, the emotion coming out.
Yeah, man.
But what a moment, man. That's great. Yeah,
man. Like, I just remember being up there, you know, it's starting to sink in, and it's just like, oh my God, like, this is actually real right now. You almost feel like pinching yourself, you know? And got all my friends and family in the crowd. It was just unbelievable, and you know, you can see how emotional they are, and it just, you know, makes you even more emotional. So, you know, I think my mum, you know, she was definitely crying. Like, it was just, it was a beautiful thing.
It's a great moment, man, and have your friends and family there always makes it a lot special.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on here? Mr. Big Shed.
Nice candid photo. So Big Shed Brewery. I thoroughly enjoyed being out there. Like,
something different, eh? Different vibe, different crowd, way it's set up around the ring, that sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely something different. Yeah, and that one was like, for the match for me, you know, it was a fatal 4-way, and you're going in there against Boomer, and you know what you're gonna get, and you're just, oh my God, he's gonna knock me out again. Snacks, I've wrestled him before, I've teamed with him, we know each other so well now. And then Hayter, who I've never been in there with before, you know, was just, it was one of those things, you're going into it and you're like, okay, how are we gonna, you know, how are we gonna overcome this, basically, you know? So, but yeah, man, like, I enjoyed being out there. The crowd was great. It was a cool night. Nice, dude.
Yeah, man.
Great little picture there.
Yeah, there's the other one.
That's not very candid, mate.
Not candid. Look at that. That's serious. That's me being like, all right, you know, you're about to go out there for a fatal 4-way, and it's like, anything can happen. Look how tight I'm holding on to the Emerald Crown, but
such a cool environment though back there with the brewery and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you kind of you want those photos. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool back there. So, and you because of that, it's just like, you've got your own sort of place where you can just be with yourself, be with your thoughts. And get yourself ready. So it was good. It was really good. I hope we go back there and do more.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I think Riot City and Big Shed have got an awesome partnership going.
Yeah,
so any beer lovers or food lovers, they do some awesome food there as well. Go check out Big Shed, get around those guys. They've gone through a bit of a hard time, coming out on the other end of it now. So get around them, go check them out, and then obviously when RCW's there again, get around them as well, because they're awesome events. And as you can see from this next photo, the crowd is literally in the ring. So
Yeah.
it's an amazing experience and something you want to be a part of.
And like saying that with, you know, the crowd being so close to the ring, it's actually like, it's such a different dynamic, you know. I had it very similar when I did the New Japan Tamashi show in Sydney. It was very much like that, and it's such a different feel, but you know, you almost relish it when you're out there. It was really cool. Yeah, I just remember going out there, getting in Hayter's face, getting in Boomer's face as well, because I respect him, but I know what I'm getting myself into by being in there with him. So just got to prepare, prepare yourself.
You just got to take it straight to them.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't, they're just gonna chew you up, spit you out.
100%,
So you know, and when you've got the Emerald Crown and they're all gunning for it, you wanna you know, make a statement as well. So
yeah,
man,
absolutely, that's wicked.
there it is. See, look at him. He's looking at me like, what?
That's a good way to get into them, man. Get in their head, get straight into them, show no fear, and
yeah, man.
push them around.
It was just like, you know, because like I said, when you start training and, you know, he's around all the time, it's one of those things, you know, you just...
Oh yeah, all the time.
He's around all the time, but you look up to him, so when you're in there with him, you know...
Yeah.
You almost want to be like, alright, I know how good you are, but here I am, alright? You know, so...
Well, exactly, and like you said, you haven't faced him, but he hasn't faced you, so...
Yeah.
As much as he can train you or help you or whatever, but it's a different breed when you're actually in there and the competition's at its highest, so...
Yeah, man.
Anything can happen, and look, it's still here, so...
Still here, baby.
You walked away with it. I think I've just jumped back a little bit here, but...
Nah, so this one is the open challenge for the Emerald Crown.
There we go.
Yeah, so Cliffy, I don't like to call him Mr. Cliff. I know I have a couple times, but Cliffy answered the open challenge, jammed his fingers in a locker. You know, I told him there, I was like, I don't think you've got the resume to you know, challenge, but you know, I did say it was an open challenge, stuck to my word. He was the first one to answer it, so yeah, man, it was an interesting experience. You know, you've been in there with Cliff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, he's, from the moment he started, you could see it though. For someone his size, he can actually move like quite well, and he's improving each match each week. So yeah, and there's just some things you don't expect. You know, I remember he caught me on a lot of stuff that I just didn't like. I wouldn't have thought, you know, but. Yeah, I guess he does his research, doesn't he? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, he's a teacher. He's a smart guy. He's becoming a bit of a popular topic on here. I might have to give him a call and try and get him on here. Oh, who gave the kid a microphone? Yeah, man. Look at that. What idea was that? Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at it. Embrace it. Sleeveless turtleneck. A microphone in hand, probably telling them if it don't make dollars, it don't make Vincent. Was your first live promo or what? Yeah, I'd say so actually. Dude, where's my ring in Perth? It was wild. It was chaotic. Well, I think we've got some photos of that. Oh no. Oh. We'll get back to the dude, where's my ring, but this one. This was post Cliff. Somebody came out and laid waste to me. I don't actually remember too much. It's been a bit of a blur since then. Well, apparently it's Kurt Barron or Barron. I don't know what he's getting called these days, but apparently. And the thing is, man, like, I offered out an open challenge. Yeah, you know, too dumb to respond to it. Nah, but I can see what he was trying to do, and he's made a statement. You know, I've watched the footage back, it's really weird. You know, it's almost like that weird out of body sort of experience. But yeah, I don't know what he wants. If he wants the crown, you know, I'm always open to the challenge. I'm always open to the fight. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see where that goes. But, you know...
Yeah, strange attack and return. So
for me,
interesting.
For me, it's like I'm focusing on the C4, so I'm not exactly hunting for him.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I'm not exactly waiting for him either. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I just got to focus on the C4 for now because if I want to keep this thing, you know,
100%. Focus on what you know, and then work out what's next. Here we go. Here's the chaos.
Yeah.
Banjo. Woo!
Banjo and I, we. Man. You picture.
Obviously, a no ring match. For those that don't know, over in Perth, they're pretty popular at the moment.
Yeah.
No rings on the mats in a pub, I think. You got these two idiots going at it.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude.
I don't know where that punch is going. Not in a good spot.
Not in a good spot at all. Throughout the match, there was a lot that wasn't in a good spot. You know, it was almost like initially, Banjo and I knew what we wanted to do. We knew where we were going with this. We knew exactly what we wanted, and then they like tried to one up us. It was chaos. I loved every minute of it.
Good.
Yeah, man. They hit hard. We hit hard. Banjo hits hard. But yeah, man. You know.
Good experience. Good to experience something different state and get involved and there's the turtleneck.
Yeah, man. You know, I won't speak too much on this because you'll have to ask Hayter about it.
If he answers my calls, maybe get him on here and we'll talk about it.
You'll have to ask Hayter, but you know, I'd never been in the ring against Hayter until Big Shed, but you know, I'm there with him. I'm there with Banj.
This weird little team, the Heat or something.
No comment. You're gonna have to ask Hayter.
Alright. That's very cool. For those, check out Hayter's Instagram stuff. You'll see some videos, and maybe one day we can get him on here and
you'll
he
see.
can explain whatever's going on in here.
You'll see plenty of beautiful photos of us at shows as well.
And, and videos. Some nice promos.
Yeah. So if you guys want to know, get into Hayter's DMs. Ask Hayter.
He loves people messaging him, so hit him up.
Ask Hayter.
Ask him, just send what's the heat and then go from there.
There I am in all my glory.
Look at him.
In all my glory. Sleeveless turtleneck, Carreras. It's a beautiful sight.
It's a pretty dope photo.
Yeah. It was a beautiful thing. The heat was a beautiful thing. Is a beautiful thing.
Is it dead?
Gonna have to speak to Hayter.
Who gave you a microphone?
We were sent on behalf of Matt Hayter to represent Adelaide, and we did what we had to do. And Banjo spread the word.
It's still being talked about today, I hear.
Banjo spread the word.
Oh, we're just going to jump back a little bit.
And that was the return. RCW at the gates. Very old photo of me from when I started, but
well, you went away. You couldn't get any new ones.
But yeah, man, that was, you know, it was very special. Like I said, to be back. You know, Bob on a career resurgence now. At the time, you know, he was finding his way with Thorn Enterprises.
Yeah.
And Cliffy, he's in the same spot he was before.
Oh shit! I think this is our last photo.
Good old Mean Street Mayhem.
This was the return of the Mean Street Mayhem, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
First one back in a long time.
And we had the beautiful opportunity of Snacks and I teaming against the old guard,
Yeah,
in which we both pinned Dean Brady, which, you know, I don't even know what happened there. I don't know, you know, I remember tagging in.
Yeah.
I remember getting the pin. Snacks insists he got the pin, but yeah, man, these Mean Street Mayhem shows are really cool. Like, if you can get down to them, they are really, really cool. I'm really keen for tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like it says there, House of the Rising Stars. You're seeing some of the future, you know, big stars of Adelaide and Riot City. You do see some of the, you know, household names. You got the Dean Brady there. You got the Down Unders. You'll see those guys, but you're going to see a whole lot of new guys that you haven't seen or haven't seen for a long time. So get out there, support them. You know, like Vinny said earlier, first couple matches you're nervous as shit. So support those guys and girls. Get around them, because you never know. They could be the next Matt Hayter, could be the next Delta. You never know. So you want to see them now, and then you can say you knew them from day one.
Yeah, man. We have so much talent in the academy, and that's sort of, you know, a lot of the reason why when I was the rising star of the RCW Academy, you know, wore my heart on my sleeve, because, you know, I'm representing the academy, and we've got so much talent coming through. So if you can support them, it's great. They're all doing a fantastic job, and yeah, if you can get to these Mean Street shows, fantastic.
Absolutely. No, awesome, man. Well, that brings us to the end of the photos.
Beautiful.
I really appreciate you going through them and having a chat about them. You know, it's been awesome to watch your journey so far, and it's only just beginning. You know, you only just found your second year now, and you've already captured a championship. You're on your way to bigger and better things, man. So really appreciate that. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to those stories. Make sure you hit up Matt Hayter about the heat so we can all find out what's going on. But no, thank you for that, man. Appreciate it.
All good, man. Thank you for having me.
No, we're not done just yet.
We're not done.
Alright, Vinny, we're nearly done. I know you wanted to jump out of here, but
No.
you're a busy man. You got probably 21st to go to. But I'd love for you right now to plug all your social medias. Any events, obviously we've got the one tomorrow night, but any other events, merch, that sort of stuff. Links will be in the description below, guys, but where can we find you, man?
Instagram, I'm vinny.prowrestler, so VINNY. I know some people get it mixed up with the IE, but VINNY.
Shit.
X, it's Vinny_PW_. Those are my main ones, and you can also find my Facebook. It's Vincent Di Maria Pro Wrestler, so you can find that on there. And yeah, man, just sharing all my stuff. In terms of merch, I've got some stuff cooking at the moment, some Young General stuff cooking at the moment. So
go quick, guys.
yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, catch me at any Riot City show. We've got the C4 coming up, so I should be there for majority, you know. So
well, we got obviously you got the Mean Street tomorrow night, and then you've got the July show coming up as well.
Yeah.
So
July 6th.
July 6th, that's right.
Yeah.
Delta's last show at Riot City. So you know, you're gonna see obviously Delta, but you're gonna see Vinny on that show as well to kick off the C4 tournament.
Yep.
So yeah, everyone, make sure you give Vinny a like, follow, all that sort of stuff. Keep supporting him. Keep supporting Riot City. You know, this guy's just hitting his strides now. You want to see what he's going to do next. So get to the events if you can in person. If not, obviously check out the YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And man, I appreciate your time.
Hey man, thanks for
You're a busy man, so get
Thanks
back
for
to
having
it.
me,
But
man.
thank you very much, man.
No, thank you.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Beers and Brawls. Another huge thank you to my guest, Vinny. It was awesome to have him on here. Like we said, he's fresh in the game, but has done so much already. So keep eyes on him. He's going to do even bigger things. But as always, thank you to our sponsors, Shifty Lizard. Give us a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, guys. Keep supporting independent wrestling. Until next time, cheers.